There is something that actually should have been mentioned from the very beginning, because that is, in the end, well, the most important thing for an interior designer, and that's taste. So, good taste, in my opinion, is a combination of humans, one's moral values and education. And I believe that everybody has taste. Everybody can see a beautiful sunset. Kids see beauty much faster and much more in a much more pure way than grown-ups do. So we are born with taste. Taste is it's like we have a liver. We have taste. Unfortunately, through life and education, or lack of it, we sometimes forget, or we don't get this taste developed. But the issue of good taste, and some who was it? Tolstoy, I think, who said that tastes are not to be discussed. Well, I believe that this is all we need to discuss. It's taste. That's what we need to talk about, not just for interior designers, but in life in general. And I actually think that beauty is the only thing that can save the world. And I think there is nothing else that can save the world. All human history, this power struggle, wars, everything that, you know, our history is written by, the only good part of it, the only part that actually is worth studying, is the history of art. Architecture, paintings, and so on. That's all that's left in the end. Who cares about which war happened 5,000 years ago or 8,000 years ago? And now we know that the humans lived on this planet way earlier than our history books are telling us. And what do we have? We only have architecture to study, to be guided by, and to be inspired, to be astonished and amazed. That's all there is. Not somebody's power struggle, though yes, it is of course connected. The most, most power-hungry man in history created the most beautiful cathedrals and the most beautiful castles and palaces. But in the end, it is about the taste of those who created. And good taste is something that can save the world. And bad taste is something that can actually make this world disappear. And for us to know this line, I absolutely believe that there is a line between good and bad, light and darkness, life and death, ugly and beautiful. And we need to know that we need to know where the line goes, and we need to make sure that we don't step across that line. And because when we do, well, first it's called kitsch, then it's called something else, and then it goes to disaster. And that we can see so much in modern architecture. Some good teachers of architecture saying that there is no good modern architecture at all, whatsoever. I have to disagree, because there are some interesting, mostly private projects, but in general, in city building, there is nothing good. And often I look at a building and it's a monstrosity which should never have existed. And I'm thinking, that person, that architect, actually got paid for doing it. And he's a respectable member of society. And when he's asked, like, what do you do? He says, I'm an architect. And people go, ooh, that's really cool. But unfortunately, good taste is not always part of those people who build things, who design things. So, yeah, we have to make sure that at least within our little society, we are on the same side of that line. And how to get, well, it's all about education. So let's say we all have good moral values, we are good people. So all we need to do is constantly look for something to learn from, something to be inspired by, books, videos. There is so much movies that are just absolutely beautiful. And we can actually make a list of things that we can advise each other to watch. Movies, for example, there are a few. And so that is our responsibility to constantly develop, constantly build up our knowledge of good taste until it is impeccable. And when we get to this stage, when the taste is impeccable, nothing can stop us. We cannot go wrong. We can do anything. We can dream big, we can build cities, we can create islands, nothing can stop us. And that's what this course is about, to building up the good taste and seeing as much as possible of it. So